Welcome back to Further Solutions Academy. Further Solutions Academy. Encourage us more to share our video and subscribe. If you have not subscribed before, kindly press your subscribe button. At this point, we have a lot of videos for you to watch on our channel. You can join our group on WhatsApp and Facebook page, Instagram page for interactive parts. If we have any problem, just try to join us. And also, with the help of this line, you can reach us with this line 344 9599. Now, this line, you can do three things with this. You can call us, you can WhatsApp us, and also Telegram is allowed. Either of the three. Take note of that. Just note when you want to reach us with this line. But don't forget, it's good to be on our Facebook page and our WhatsApp group for better interactive parts, for direct question from us. Now, in this video, I'll be walking you on ratio part 3, which is I've been on ratio part 1. The first part was sharing, which is I call it a ratio on commercial arithmetic or commercial mathematics. You know, how to share something between when somebody holds something. And now this time around, we want to talk about the part of when something is something is missing, or you're having a ratio, you have to relate some relations together in form of linear equation or in form of equation. For instance, look at this problem now. Okay, this is a question given to one of our students somewhere last year. Look at this question. If the ratio x ratio y equals to what? 3 ratio 5, and z ratio y ratio z equals to 4 ratio 7. Find the ratio x, y, z. That is a very nice question. Now, this is a question that somebody can ask you in any given exam. When you have this type of question, how will you attempt to it? If you are not very smart or you don't understand the concept, because number one, there is y, there is y. It's only the x and s are standing out. And don't forget, I told you at the beginning when I was introducing ratio, that x ratio y is not the same thing as y ratio x. Take note of this, because I said it does not, ratio do not commutate. Ratio do not commutate, and I've told you that when you are on that level, we'll try to work on it. Okay, let me try to explain this question as a concept of this part of a ratio. If something like this is given, how will you solve it? Now, solution. Let me try to call this board. Now, the first thing I want you to understand, the target here is to make y uniform value. Similarly to what we do when solving simultaneous, linear equations. Now, if I were you, what would I do? I would just come and have x ratio y equals to 5 ratio, x ratio y equals to x ratio y equals to, what am I doing? Okay, 3 is 3 now. 3 ratio 5. Now, and also, this question is not, yes, 3 ratio 5, and I will call this one equation 1. The same way we handle simultaneous equation. I think what problem of we have done that, check on our video. And also, y ratio z will be equals to what? 4 ratio 7. I call it equation 2. I can use star anyhow you want to. Now, this time around is only your what? RHF. Left hand side. RHS. RHS only. Take note of that. Not mathematics, not simultaneous equation normally, because it's only the value you want to try to manipulate. You are not manipulating the variables. There are 3 variables there: x, y, z. Now, RHS, it means this side only. RHS only, multiply equation 1 by 5, by 4. Yes, and equation 2 multiplied by 5. Yes, will make y uniform. Now, it means what I'm trying to say is that sy will now be equals to, multiply this one by e to the 12 ratio 4 e to the 20, and y ratio z will now be equals to, multiply this one by 5 it will be, multiply this one by 5 it will be 20 ratio, multiply this one by that will be 35. That will be 35. Sorry, permit me, 35. Now, can you see that this is positioning of what? Y. Y is now uniform now. The y is what? Is uniform. Since it's uniform, now equating ratio x, y, z now becomes the first one is 12. I will have my 12 ratio 20 ratio 35. That is all. This can be a very nice question that somebody can ask you in any given exam. Now, let me try to generate another question that will really help us. Okay. This will also be a standard question that any prof or any examiner, or heck, Becker, whosoever call can ask from you. Now, permit me to write the question. Look at this direct question. It's a very simple question that somebody can ask you in any exam. Don't forget, we are talking about ratio. If x ratio y equals to a ratio b and y ratio z equals to 3 ratio b, find x ratio z. Find s ratio. Solution to this problem. if I were you, I will have x ratio y equals to a ratio 2. Implies, in mathematics, this is how we write implies. Permit me, because thank God I'm talking about it implies x all over y equals to a all over 2. Now, I want to use something that when you have 3 all over 7 equals to x all over 7. Now, note this. Since this is equals to this, likewise, this will be equals to this. But in this case, there's nothing you can do like that. It's not possible. It's not possible. Take note of that statement. Take note of that statement. Now, it means I can say that what? From here, my y will surely be equals to my y will be equals to 2x all over a. I just make my y the subject by cross multiply, divide both sides. Take note of that. Since I have that, I will also move on to the next one, which is y ratio z with also 3 ratio b, which also implies y divided by z, which is equals to 3 divided by b. Now, since I have this, don't forget I'm only relating with y. I can also make my y the subject, which I will be having my y will be equals to 3z, which is 3z all over b. Now, I've generated y. Now, I have something like this, which I can call it equation star, and I can call it equation star. From here, I'm good to go. Now, equate star and star together. Now, I'm just deducing with an equation. That should not be a problem. This one is standing for star. Some people, you can call it y1 and y2. There won't be any problem. Now, because this is an equation on itself, and mind you, when you have 2 or more equal to sign, that become a what? Simultaneous equation. That is originated from what? Quadrilateral triangle A, B, C. It's an quadrilateral triangle because A equals to B equals to C. This is a very good simultaneous equation. Take note of that. It's not until you have it in its form. I'm just trying to explain some concept. Now, how do I go? It means the test that I need to do at this point, since I'm going to integrate, I'll be having the first one is 2x all over a equals to the second one is 3z all over what? B. Yes. Now, since I have that, it will be I cross multiply 2xa equals to 3za. A will cancel out from here. A will cancel out, which implies 2x 3z. 2x 3z. Now, what are you looking for? This is what you are looking for. Now, and with what I'm having, I can say that what? X was the first. If I have it in this form, 2x all over z all over z. Now, I can say that at this point, normally, I'm trying to work out something. Will be equals to 3. Now, what did I do there? Just for those that are still learning, I divide both sides by what? By z. I can also redivide by having what? 2x all over z equals to 3 all over 2. Now, can you see what I'm saying now? I can now say that x ratio z will be equals to 3 ratio 2 because I've explained that earlier. Now, can you see that this is equals to this? Successfully done, and that is what you are looking for. It means 3 ratio what? Ratio 2. That is all. 3 ratio 2. I think this is very interesting. Let me do more before we end. We close this part of ratio. With these 3 videos on ratio, you can solve any problem. Any problem on ratio. If you are still having problem with it, just try to you can message me, and let's see what we do about it. Now look at this. Okay, let me write the question down. Look at this very interesting question. The question says, if x ratio y equals to 3 ratio 2 and y ratio z equals to 5 ratio 4, find the value of x in the ratio s ratio y ratio z. It's a very nice question that anyone can ask you in any exam, WAHEC, Becker, any international exam. You are good to go. When you have this type of problem, it's a very nice one, but you have to be able to handle it. Don't rush in. You must understand the concept. Take note of that. Now, it means x ratio y means 3 from the question ratio 2, which implies x all over y equals to 3 all over 2. And also the next one, y ratio z equals to 5 ratio, which also implies y all over z equals to 5 all over 4. Very important. Now, how will I go? What should I do? Take note of this particular question very well. It's very simple. Now, at this point, if I were you, I don't even need to rush myself. The first thing I will do, I will make y equals to, y will be equals to 2x all over 3. Yes, I make my s the subject of formula. It means if you don't understand such a formula at this point, very well, try to check on our video on changing of subject of formula. Take note of that. Now, the next one, I can now try to go to the next one. Y ratio z. Why am I making y the subject? Because of what? I have y here and I have y here. Take note of that. Very important. Since there is y in the both equation, I can now run towards my what? Y to generate the next system, which is I will be having 5 ratio 4, which implies, I told you that implies means this, that is in the mathematics school statement, would be equals to 5 all over 4. Now, also, it means y will be equals to 5z divided by 4. 5z divided by 4. Now, this is equation 1, or I can call it equation stars or equation star, anyhow. Just indicate so that when you are taking care of those things, you'll be able to call for. Now, it's not necessary you put equation 1 there. It's not necessary. You can put star, you can put m, you can put mn, but note that you are talking about equation. Equating 1 and 2. Now, it means I'll be having 2x all over 3 equals to 5z all over 4. That is the interpretation. That is the interpretation. Now, since I have this, at this point, it means, what can I do? What should I want to take in a way, I want to make it in a way that x, the variable will be on the one side, while the numbers will be on the other side. Do you know that if I have x equals to 5z all over 4 multiplied by 3 all over 2. Now, in a mathematical statement, I multiply both sides by what? Inverse of what is here? Inverse of the coefficient of x. That is the interpretation. Now, with what I've done, I can also say that what? X all over z will be equals to, I'll be talking about, can I cut anything? No, it's not possible. 15 all over 8. 15 all over 8. I don't need to cut anything. Now, since I have that, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the what? Find the value of x in the ratio s ratio y ratio z. Now, it means what I need to do now is that my x ratio z will be equals to 15 ratio 8. 15 ratio 8. It means my x equals to 15, my z equals to 8. That is the interpretation. Now, what am I looking for? I'm really working towards what? This. That is all. That is all. You can see that nothing is hard in ratio. With these 3 videos on ratio, you are good to go for any exam. Just try. When you are watching, just watch, be calm with it, generate your notes, ask any question from any of our platform. Surely be attended to. Don't forget you are home with further solutions academy. Kindly share and subscribe, very important. That is the end of this episode, which is ratio. Thanks for watching.